All right, Advanced Math A, here we go. We've got lesson 6.1.2, the summary of solving equations. Now, if you haven't already done this lesson in class and you're just watching this, and this is like the first time that you're doing this lesson is meant for you to practice. This is just kind of a review lesson. So instead of just watching me do everything, if this is your first time watching, pause the screen before I do each problem and then see if you're getting the same answer as I'm getting. Because this is supposed to be stuff that you can probably do, you're getting really close to being able to do, and you want to be able to see which kind of mistakes you're doing instead of just watching me do everything. So if you haven't done it before, like I said, pause this, do the problems, and then watch to see how I do them afterwards. So we're just going to do a review, kind of a summary of what you should be able to do so far based on the last lesson and everything we've done so far in this unit. So here we go. We're going to solve these for each of the variables. Pause if you haven't done them before. So for A, we've got we're going to solve for h. This looks like the area formula for a triangle. So we want to get h by itself. So when it says for h, that means isolate h. Got a couple things happening here. We've got 1/2. So that's dividing by 2. So the first thing I might do on this one is multiply both sides by 2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. And I'd get 2 times the area equals 1/2 times 2 is 1, so they're kind of reducing each other. And I've got base times height. So I'm trying to get h by itself. So this is base times height, so I'm going to divide by base on both sides. So the b's reduce each other here, and I find out that height is equal to 2 times the area divided by base. Next one. There is only one variable in here. It's the x's. So this one's going to actually give us probably just one answer. So I'm going to start on this one. I'm not going to divide by x on both sides. I think I'm going to distribute this one. So let's distribute here. So x times 2x, I'd get 2x squared. X times -1, negative x. Over here, I've got 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. All right, so I'm going to subtract the 2x squareds from both sides. And while I'm at it, I'm going to subtract the 5x's from both sides. 2-for-1 deal there. All right, so these 2x squareds are going to cancel. Over here, I've got negative x and negative 5x. That's negative 6x. The 2x squareds reduce each other or cancel each other out. The 5x's cancel each other out. I've got negative 12 over here. So I'm going to divide by negative 6. And I get x is equal to positive 2. All right, let's change colors because it gets boring if you see the same color the whole time. Teal. Here we go. We're going to solve for y. Now, this one has 2 variables in it. So when we're solving for y on this one, we're not going to get just one number as an answer because there's an infinite number of solutions, whereas this one only had one variable, so one solution is what we got there. So basically, if we're solving for y on this one, this looks like it's in standard form, so basically we're going to put it into slope-intercept form. So I would start by subtracting 3x from both sides using my subtraction property of equality, and I'd get 6y is equal to negative 3x plus 24. And then I'd use my division property of equality and divide everything by 6. So over here I've got y equals negative 3 divided by 6 is negative 1/2. And then 24 divided by 6 is 4. So I get negative 1/2x plus 4. Over here I've only got one variable, so I'm going to get one answer for this one. Okay, I think... yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and distribute this one. So I'm going to do 2, negative 3 times 2x, and negative 3 times negative 1. So negative 3 times negative 2x is negative 6x. And negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. And over here I've got negative 6x plus 5. Let's just combine like terms. Combine these two, and I get negative 6x plus 5 equals negative 6x plus 5. Ooh, see what's happening there? So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. And I'm left with these x's and these x's all canceling, and I get 5 equals 5. Well, how often does 5 equal 5? Equals that all the time. So this one means an infinite number of solutions, or infinitely many solutions. Can't spell infinite. That's bad. And infinite solutions just means that it doesn't matter what x is. I could have plugged in any number I wanted for x, and it would have worked in this equation. Next one. Okay, so I've got x's and z's and y's. Oh my. So on this one, looks like I'm not going to have just an answer like x equals 2. I'm going to get something where I've got, my variable x is going to equal to a whole bunch of stuff. So I would probably distribute the 2 because 2 doesn't go into all 3 of these. So let's distribute 2 first, and I get 10x plus 2z equals 30x plus 3y plus 10. Since I'm getting x by itself, I'm going to move all the x's to the same side. So I'm going to subtract 30x from both sides. That gives me negative 20x plus 2z equals 3y plus 10. Okay, so then I can subtract 2z from both sides, because remember I'm going to isolate this x. So subtract 2z. It's not like terms over there, so I just get negative 20x equals 3y minus 2z plus 10. And then I'm going to divide everything by negative 20. So if I divide everything by negative 20, I would get x equals 3y minus 2z plus 10 over negative 20. So I could leave it like that, or I could even make each of these divided by negative 20. So I could also have x is equal to 3 over negative 20, so that's negative 3/20ths y. And then negative 2 over 20 would be plus 1/10 z. And then 10 over negative 20 would be negative 1/2. So either way, I could do my answer like this, or I could also have it like this. They are equivalent to each other. Next one. So on this one, solving for x, I only have x's in there. So I'm going to distribute here. So I should get just one answer here. So I've got 4x times x and 4x times 1. So this is going to give me 4x squared plus 4x. On the other side of the equation, let's see, 4x squared, negative 6 and positive 10, so that's going to be positive 4x, and negative 15. So basically, I was just doing the area model over here. If I've got 2x minus 3 and 2x plus 5, this gives me 4x squared, negative 6x. This one gives me 10x, and this one gives me negative 15. So here the 10x and the negative 6x, that's where I got this 4x from. Okay, I would probably subtract 4x squared from both sides. And while I'm at it, let's just subtract 4x from both sides. What am I left with? Well, 0 on this side, nothing's left over there. These two are gone, and I've got negative 15. All my x's are gone. So that means there is no solution because this is not a true statement. 0 never equals negative 15, so this would be no solution. Forgot to change colors last time. All right, here we go. X, there's only one x in here, so let's go ahead and let's divide both sides by 5 because I see that 35 and 5 would reduce. So I've got negative 3 plus x is equal to 7. And then I can add 3 to both sides. And I get x is equal to 10. I could have distributed first, and then the problem would have lasted a little bit longer, but I saw that 5 went into both of these, so I just did that. Next one, a equals f over m. So we want m by itself. Well, the problem is m's in the denominator right now, and that's not a good place to be. So let's get m out of the denominator by multiplying by m on both sides. So this gives me a times m equals f. And then I can divide both sides by a. And I get mass equals force divided by acceleration. A little physics for you. All right, last one. Let's change colors. New color. Lime green. All right, we want b by itself. So over here, remember, it's when we have stuff like this where it's a binomial here, it's usually easier to do the addition and subtraction before I start dividing by a. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And I've got a times b equals 3c plus 2. Okay, now this is a times b. They're multiplied by each other there. So to get rid of that a, I need to undo multiplication, which means I'm going to divide by a on both sides. Now this entire side gets divided by a, so I get b equals 3c plus 2, all divided by a. Now I could have also did 3c over a and 2 over a if I wanted to. This is usually how we would do it right there, though. So if you wrote b equals 3c over a plus 2 over a, you are correct as well. These two are equivalent. Last one. All right, we've got w's and v's. I'm probably going to distribute this one first. So let's distribute here and distribute the -1 there. So here I've got 2v minus 6 equals 1, and then this is -1. So -1 times w is negative w, and -1 times 4 is -4. Okay, I'm trying to get w by itself, so let's start moving all this other stuff over. I guess I can combine these two like terms first. So I've got 2v minus 6 equals -w, and then this and this, those two combine to give me -3. Okay, now I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Over here on the left, I got 2v minus 3 equals -w. Okay, so this is -1 times w. So I'm going to divide everything by -1. Remember, you need to do the division property or the multiplication property. Everything has to be divided or everything has to be multiplied when you do that. So I've divided everything by -1. I've got w is equal to 2v divided by -1 is -2v, and -3 divided by -1 is +3. That's all I got for you. All right, math hard. See you guys later. Bye.